This is what I call my Kentucky Fried Chicken story. This comes from Memphis, a man named Ed. He back in Florida had created their concealed weapons laws back in the early 90s, or the mid 90s anyway. And of course there's going to be blood in the streets and allowed anybody to carry a gun openly. And then Tennessee, shortly thereafter, passed their concealed weapons laws, which required you to get a permit. And he had to take a class to get the permit to carry concealed. Well, there was a place called Rangemaster in Memphis, Tennessee. Apparently it was a converted racquetball court that Elvis used to own. So they bought it from that and converted it into an indoor gun range. Very high end. Had a sports shop in the lobby where you could buy accessories like holsters and Galco holsters and really high end stuff. There wasn't anything cheap about Rangemaster, which also meant its clientele, the people that were members of Rangemaster, were very, the 30 and 40-year-old, well-off males. Long story short, there is no long story short with me, but they also sold these photographer's jackets, these photographer's vests in the sports shop in the Rangemaster gun range. And everybody, now this one's green, but everybody bought the standard khaki photographer's vest just to throw over their sidearm for comfort. Now everybody, that was the thing, that was the style. Well, it didn't take long in Memphis when people started getting their concealed weapons permits before there was an incident. And there was an older gentleman at an ATM. Some people tried to rob him and carjack him, and he killed them. That was on the news. It was a big deal. It was some thugs, and they had, it was video, right? The news cameras were there, and they were showing the older man, and he was wearing that photographer's jacket. And it didn't take long for it to get out on the street that if you see a guy wearing these photographer jackets, leave him alone. He is armed. And it was kind of an inside joke at Rangemaster. So why are we even bothering to get permits when all we have to do is buy the jacket, right? And everybody leaves us alone. So anyway, go to Ed. Ed is one of the instructors at Rangemaster. He's a really good shooter, really fast, really accurate, kind of older man, heavier set. He was in his 40s at this time, bald, Mr. Clean, bald, and glasses and bald. And he's in Kentucky Fried Chicken wearing his photographer's jacket. And this guy comes into Kentucky Fried Chicken, black dude, raising cane, looked homeless, ranting and raving and carrying on and screaming at everybody and slapping the napkin holders off the tables and off the main register, and was cussing everybody behind the registers. Well, he looks over at Ed, and Ed's just over there eating his chicken, just watching the whole thing. And he makes eye contact with Ed. Ed's over here eating his chicken, and all Ed does is reach down and unsnap his vest. That's all he did. And the guy immediately turned around, and Ed said he put his hand over his face like this and immediately ran out of the Kentucky Fried Chicken. So that's my Kentucky Fried Chicken story. So the mere act of unbuckling that vest, he said all he did was, I don't know if he was eating or not, but he said all I did was reach up and unbutton my vest as I made eye contact with him. And that was it. The guy immediately left the store. So I thought that was interesting. This was basically the equivalent of unbuckling a thumb brake on your holster. So the guy got the message without having to pick up the phone on that one. So that's my Kentucky Fried Chicken story. Thanks, Ed.